What's good, family? I often report on law enforcement and the aggressive tactics they use on the community. But it's not often that people are willing to speak up against the justice system or the negative encounters they have with law enforcement. Jamieko Thompson stepped up.
I got it in black and white, what I'm telling you, man. The prosecutor told my witness they can't say nothing about no police. The judge told my witness they can't say what they observed. My prosecuting attorney did that crooked ass fraudulent motion. And my appeal attorney wouldn't even file prosecutorial misconduct on this lady after she knew what this lady did. So what I'm asking you is, where would I have received some justice at?
In February 2012, Jamieko was free cased by then St. Louis Metropolitan Police Officer Adam Feedman. Attempting to fight for his innocence, Jamieko had to endure 3 trials that included dishonesty by officers, criminal acts by the prosecutors, and a total disregard for justice by the judges.
Hold on, this is why I got free case there right here, man. I came out of here with a lot of money on me. They had some strippers in here this night. I got an income tax check. I come out this lounge right here with a pocket full of money, man. The police jumped down on me right here. Flashed they light on me. Came up, got the money out of my pocket, went to this trash. It was a trash can that used to sit on this corner, man. They went in that trash can and got something. Came back right here. By this time, there's some people standing outside that saw this. Police handcuffed me. I said, man, what you locking me up for? What the fuck you doing? They booked me. Told me to snitch on somebody. If I don't snitch in 30 days, they gonna issue a warrant. That's how that went.
The mental toll of being discarded and disregarded has had a heavy effect on Jamieko.
Now what I'm telling you is, hey man, everybody was out here marching for George Floyd, and I'm watching all these activists talk about Black Lives Matter. And what I'm finna tell you, street talk, a black life only matter if he dead. Cause I've been talking to activists, the church people, lawyers, and everything, and all they say is you gotta file a civil suit. What I'm filing a civil suit for, and I'm telling you, I'm the only person in America that a judge told my witness, don't tell me what y'all saw. That's the only reason I do 10 years.
So why isn't anyone listening? With his mental health hanging in the balance, will it really take losing his life to be heard?
But I know this. I got a mental health story and I got an innocence story. And sometimes you gotta die for your story to get told.
Overnight in North St. Louis. First Alert 4 on the scene of a homicide investigation.
Tonight we're following some breaking news out of North St. Louis. Within just the past 30 minutes, someone shot and killed a man near a liquor store.
Police telling us that a man is dead after a shooting. This happened near Union Boulevard and Ridge Avenue.
This is in the Hamilton Heights neighborhood.
Homicide detectives have been requested, but we're still working to learn more about this investigation and if there are any suspects in custody.
We have a crew en route, and once they get there, we'll bring you an update. Police are on scene investigating.
On June 26, 2024, just 1 week after recording our segment with Jamieko, he was tragically shot and killed. Although he's physically no longer with us, his story of injustice lives forever. The effects of the injustice weighed heavy on Jamieko and took a devastating toll on his mental health. This is his story as he told it.
I've been waiting to bump into you to do this little program with you, man. 'Cause when I sent you, you were serious about helping me, man. But I've been on the move for some other stuff too, man, and I'll get into that.
All right, well, let me introduce you to the people. Let the people know who we are. Now, this young man right here, he was free cased by the police. Ended up losing 10 years out of his life. Of course, it's a little disdain behind that. So he's going to speak on that, and he's going to speak on the situation surrounding that entire case that took 10 years out of his life. So how you doing today?
I'm all right, man.
So let's get into the basics, man. What happened?
Well, you know, Street, sometimes a person be having a long, drawn out case. But I did 10 years with this case in my head so I could simplify it. I was arrested in February of 2012 coming out of Jean's Cotillion Lounge on Dr. Martin Luther King in Arlington by 3 officers, Kenny Allen, Adam Feeman, and Craig Roberson. Man, them dudes took some money off of me and told me to snitch on somebody. I did a whole podcast on this before. And I just keep repeating this story, and I'm saying that Black Lives Matter. Cause I saw this sign, Streets, that said the street show, streets talk, we gonna be alright. And I'm saying the streets supposed to be talking about what happened to me, to where they told me to snitch on somebody or they gonna issue a warrant on me in 30 days, man. I ain't snitch on nobody. When they got a lawyer and told my lawyer everything, they free case me, man. They gonna try to issue a warrant on me. I heard Donnell Smith. Anyway, I go to trial 3 times. One with Mark Neal, a jury didn't even want to try. That was in Division 5. My second trial was with Judge Jimmy. It was in Division 19. I had a mistrial. My witness testified at that one. I have a mistrial. That was in July 2013. So in September 2013, this is my 3rd trial. We go to trial, man. I got a prosecutor on my case named Catherine Rockenbach. Boy, this lady know I'm innocent because at my 2nd trial with Jimmy Edwards, she called a witness of mine, Chinichi Cosby, to the back and asked him what happened. He told her everything, what the police did. So at that point, she knew I had been free case. After my second trial, she got wind of that. And in my 3rd trial, I want to read something to you, bro. It's important. Because I want the people to understand how this lady, the prosecutor, basically alerted the judge that, hey, this dude got some information that could free him if his witness testified. It's plain language. Bear with me for a minute. It's plain language, but it's like, just to give you a heads up, I gotta be the only person in America that a judge told my witness, don't tell me what you observed. I got that in black and white. The judge, Robin Vanoy, told my witnesses, Denise Howard, Chinichi Cosby, and Shantae Frazier, don't tell me what you observed and heard. Then she even called them up there and said, you can say something about this and say something about that, but as to that particular issue, I'm not gonna allow you to say that. Listen. Understand what this prosecutor finna say. Hey, can you look up the word exculpatory real quick? I want you to understand what exculpatory is.
Exculpatory.
Make sure we get it on this mic.
According to Merriam-Webster, tending or serving to clear from alleged fault or guilt. Examples: the DNA found at the crime scene proved to be exculpatory. It did not match that of the defendant, and so he was acquitted.
Now listen to what this prosecutor finna say. This is my 3rd trial in Division 3 with Judge Robin Vanoy. On September the 5th, 2013, I'm in Division 3. This is what the prosecutor say to the judge after the police get off the stand. I want you to understand, the police saying that when they flashed their light on me, I spontaneously threw my hands in the air, walked up to them and said, real talk, officer. I don't sell drugs for real. I'm just out here moving a few stones, trying to put a couple of dollars in my pocket. Here, get this shit, it's in my right jacket pocket. That's what the police testimony was. Immediately after the police get off the stand, it's my witness turn, it's the defense turn. This is what the prosecutor said. Wait a minute, y'all. I want to talk to you. We had covered this motion in limine in Division 19 before the last trial. And it's about anticipated testimony that the defense is going to put on. And so I wanted to go over it. Specifically statements that the defendant made that are exculpatory in nature. This the prosecutor telling my judge, hey, it's anticipated. I know what he finna say. And it's exculpatory. She telling the judge, this dude finna say something that can set him free. She said specifically, one of the witnesses has said that she heard the defendant yell, "Why do y'all keep f***ing with me to the cops?" And my lawyer said, "I don't think it was why y'all keep. I just think he said, why y'all f***ing with me?" And the judge just automatically said, "Okay, were you attempting to get that in?" She asked my lawyer, "You finna ask him that? You gonna ask the witness that question?" And my lawyer said, "Hold on, wait a minute. I'm just gonna ask the witness what Ms. Rockenbach asked him at the last trial. I never asked him that question. She asked him that." And the judge automatically said, because that statement would not be allowed, I would try to cut her off before it came out. But certainly the court would then admonish the jury if somehow that came out. What's she basing that on? She just automatically told my lawyer that my witness can't say that they heard me saying, "Why y'all keep f***ing with me to the police?" And my lawyer said, why he can't say that? It's exculpatory because, and this is what the prosecutor argument was. Man, it's deep. Because I want you to keep in mind that 5 years after this, in 2018, Officer Adam Feeman was arrested for allegedly, well, when he got arrested for breaking the guy's jaw with a flashlight, 38 people came forward with allegations of them free casing him, breaking in their house, pulling them over, taking $400 out of their console. My testimony was he took $4,000 from me around income tax check time. Now, this was in 18 when he got locked up. Remember that. And this in 13. This is what the prosecutor said about my witness being able to say that they heard me saying, "Why y'all fucking with me?" She said, no law behind it. My argument would be that it's implying that the cops are doing something improper to him. And I just want to make sure that the witness is clear that that sort of evidence is not admissible before it's said, because you can't really unsay something. She telling the judge, hey, wait a minute. I want them to, they can't say they heard him saying that. I want them to understand that they can't come in this courtroom and say nothing wrong. It's implying that the cops did something to him. And they can't unsay that once they said, well, guess what? They had already said it in Division 19. It's in my transcripts. They made them statements to Jimmy Edwards. That's why she said they was anticipated. You did? But watch what the judge say about that statement. Why y'all fucking with me? She's finna tell you something. A 7-year-old could be reasonable. She said, I think a reasonable person can make an inference that that particular statement, "Why y'all fucking with me?" indicates either his innocence or the police officers being involved in some sort of activity to give him a case. That would just be my interpretation. That would just be my interpretation or my inference if I was to hear that statement as an individual. Do you understand what just went on?
And that was the prosecutor, correct?
That's the prosecutor telling, that's the judge saying she think I'm innocent. The prosecutor just told her that she filed this motion, which I'm gonna show you she never filed that motion. She lied about that motion. But I just want you to keep in mind what the judge said, because 5 years later, in 2018, that cop got arrested. In 2013, the judge said she'll think I'm innocent. So when that police got locked up, I had to cross her mind. But I want to burn her mind, man. Keep in mind that this lady right now is on the Missouri Supreme Court. And this the type of shenanigans she pulled. But I'm just telling you, she was alerted when that prosecutor told her that I got some exculpatory evidence. Ain't no way he finna say that. That's what this whole thing about. I did 10 years because my witness couldn't say that they heard me saying, "Why are you all fucking with me?" Check it out, though. Now, that prosecutor said that she filed that lemony motion. I've been showing this on my Facebook page, Jamieko Thompson. People could go to this page and look at it. Boy, she falsified a document. If you look at that motion on my Facebook page, she told the judge that she filed that motion in Division 19, right? I was in Division 19 on July 25th, 2013, right? If she filed that motion in Division 19, that's what it would have been filed as. But I got it right here. They can't see it, but it's on my Facebook page. If you go to my page and look at the actual motion that's in my legal files. On September the 5th, 2013, she X'd out the Division 3 and wrote a 19. It's clear I'm not in Division 19 on September the 5th. But if you look at the whole motion, the motion don't got nothing to do with what the judge told, what she told that judge at the beginning about it is something about a scope. The motion don't got nothing to do with that. Then, if you look at the date that it was on the back, where it's signed on the back, that's the date I was in Division 5 with Mark Neal. That ain't even the same date that's on the front of the motion. All I'm saying is you can't go down to Division 19 to stop my witness from testifying in Division 3, Miss Rockenbach. How did you pull this off? But you said that they can't really, don't let them say it because they can't really unsay something. Well, they had already said it in Division 19, and it's in my trial transcripts. You understand? So, my appeal attorney found this out, that this motion was never filed. And she put that in a footnote in my 29/5, in my direct appeal. She made a footnote about it. Watch what she say. She say, the state told the court it had already moved in limine on this issue in Division 19 before the last trial, which would have been Mr. Thompson's second trial. But undersigned counsel and her investigator have inspected both the electronic and paper files of the underlying criminal cause and have not found such a motion or a ruling on the issue. If the issue was raised at the second trial, it must have been decided against the state because Mrs. Howard testified to Mr. Thompson's exculpatory statements at the second trial without the state objecting. Counsel could find only one motion in limine from the state. It was filed on September the 5th, 2013. But that motion was not filed until the second day of Mr. Thompson's third trial. And does not mention excluding any exculpatory statements by Mr. Thompson. That's what my appeal attorney found out. My direct appeal attorney, Lisa Stroop. And I got it in black and white where I told her to file prosecutorial misconduct for this. But I got it in black and white where she was being questioned by my 29/15 appeal attorney, Andrew Zillette, and he asked her, why didn't you file prosecutorial misconduct about this issue you mentioned? She said, because, you know, I couldn't really tell if the prosecutor was lying or she just misremembered. Well, if you would have filed prosecutorial misconduct, we'd have found out she was lying because we saw them scratch marks and dates changed on this document. She committed a crime to get me convicted of a crime. But check it. Based on this bullshit they just put right here, this was the judge make a determination. Watch what she tell my witness streets. And I keep saying at this point, man, where would I have got some justice at? I keep making a focal point on this. If the police free case me, the prosecutor did this, the judge would not allow my witness to say what they observed and heard. Where would I get some justice? My appeal attorney won't file prosecutorial misconduct. Where would I look for some justice that in this judicial system, man? I saw it play out. I know what happened to me. But it's deeper than that. Watch what this lady tell my witnesses who saw a crime being committed. So I say, imagine this. If I'm robbing you, pistol whipping you, saying, give me them goddamn glasses. And it's a witness looking out a window, seeing everything I'm doing to you. But when we get to trial, the judge tell that witness what she finna tell my witness. She said, Mrs. Howard, it's very difficult for the court to always know how testimony is going to play out. Duh. Nobody knows how testimony is going to play out, ma'am. So once you start talking, I have no idea what the testimony is going to be. Okay. But there's one specific subject that if I hear you going in that direction, I'm going to have to shut you down. And that's going to be, I think someone's going to ask you what you observed. And from what I am getting from the attorneys, you were saying that you overheard Mr. Thompson make a statement to the effect of, why are you all fucking with me? My witness said, yes, ma'am. The judge, Robert Vanoy, said, that's a statement that I am not going to allow into evidence. If my witness can't say what they observed and heard, what would I be at trial for, brother? They done said this at my second trial with Judge Jimmy Edwards. That's why we had a mistrial. The fix was in. I'm talking about I ain't no politician. I ain't no big time drug dealer for them to be playing these games. What was this about? The money they took from me? What was this cover up really about? Man, this judge on the Missouri Supreme Court right now, Robin Vinoy, the same judge that told a witness to play blind and deaf.
All right. So let's take it back from the top. We heard the story. Now let's break it down. So February of 2013, you was coming out of a bar.
That was 2012. I was coming out of Jeans Lounge. The police put up on me, checked me, get a lot of money.
How much money?
Like $4,000. It was around income tax check time. I'm coming out of boys, all chicks in here, man. I'm kicking it. They don't know what time it is.
Right.
But they said that they saw me make 2 drug seals. They said they saw me make a drug seal and go back into the lounge and come back out and rumble through a trash can. Get something out the trash can, and I'm walking to another court. And that's when they stopped me. And they say that's when I spontaneously threw my arms in her and said that bullshit about get this dope off me, all that crazy stuff. But there's people right here looking at them. The court that I was walking to, all my witnesses, Denise Howard and Shantae Frazier, they was mother and daughter that had just moved back here from St. Louis. They had just moved back to St. Louis from somewhere, and they just was up riding up Martin Luther King and saw me. And that's who they thought I was finna go make a sale to or something. I don't know who they saw make a sale. Maybe they did, but it wasn't me. When they got their money, and they threatened me to do all that old snitching, or they gonna issue one on me in 30 days. But anyway, how everybody knew I got free cases when I got out of jail that next day, boy, all I had in my possession on my property was $9.80.
So they took your money.
They took my money.
And told you need to tell on somebody.
I need to tell on somebody. But what they don't know is, I already know that they PAW in dope cases, pending application of warrant. So in 30 days, they gonna test this dope, and if it ain't real, if it's real, then they gonna issue a warrant on you. If it's fake, you gone. Or they was whatever they was doing to determine if they was gonna issue on you. That's what was going on. But they try to play me like they doing me a favor. One of the dudes gave me his card, but I threw it away because I ain't no snitching. That's what I told Donnell the next day when I went and heard him. Damn, I should have kept that card. I had his personal number. You did. But
So they didn't free case you now. They locked you up, so they gave you dope cases.
Yeah, they planted. They said I had drugs. Well, they charged me with a 2nd-degree trafficking and a possession. But when they first issued on me, I didn't even know what kind of drugs they said I had possessed. You know, it was crack and Xanax or some stuff like that, right? And everybody knew I wasn't involved in nothing like that in 2012. I was working good, man.
So the officers done free cased you. You locked up now. They done stole your money. And they done charged you. So you got out the next day. What they do, just like issue warrants on you?
Issue warrants 30 days later.
Okay.
But anyway, when they issued one, I wind up making bond. So I'm on the street all the way until my trial.
Okay. So you're not locked up doing that?
I was on the street. But I'm professing my innocence on the street. Everybody know I'm innocent, bro. That people coming to my trial. They found me guilty at the 3rd trial when my witness was not allowed to testify.
So the first trial basically, it went like it was supposed to win. Everybody came in, did what they did, and the system itself, knowing that they had to let you go, 1-2'd it, and what caused the mistrial?
Well, the first one, ain't no jury in America gonna believe. After you heard what these police did, ain't no jury in America gonna believe that I did that. So if I'ma keep having mistrials, or the case gonna get thrown out if my witness testify, because ain't nobody gonna believe that I did nothing like the police saying. I did just walk up to you, spontaneously say, I don't sell dope for real. If you look at my background, I got drug cases. Why would I walk up to you and spontaneously say some bullshit like that?
Right.
It's unimaginable. You can't even imagine a person to do that.
So did they run your name? Did they run your name when they first?
No.
They
the first
didn't.
thing they did was when they jumped out, the first thing they did was search me, go in my pocket. When they got the money, that's when all this started going on, all the lying and shit. But check it.
So they saw the money, wanted the money, and they had to create. Yeah.
Check it. This crucial. In my paperwork, the probable cause statement for them even fucking with me was signed by an officer named Kenny Allen. The probable cause statement say they saw me make 2 hand-to-hand drug transactions. They saw me with drugs. A softball amount of drugs, they say, in that trash can. But when them officers took the stand at my trial, none of them searched the trash can. My lawyer say, so y'all don't search the trash can? No, we didn't search the trash. Y'all don't search the trash can that y'all saw him selling drugs out of. That's how you know they was bullshit.
So the drugs was in the trash can, but you don't search the trash can for the drugs, but you give me a drug case.
Bingo, but check it. The dude that signed the probable cause report, when he was on the stand, my lawyer said, so you said that you thought he was selling drugs out of that. He said, I ain't say that. You said you saw my client with some, I ain't say that. Where you get some drugs from? Adam gave me the drugs. That's what Kenny Allen said on the stand. The dude that signed the probable cause.
The police.
You understand what I'm saying? You didn't see what you signed that probable cause report, and then you get on the stand and say you ain't see none of that. 5 years after I'm in jail, bro, in prison, Adam Feeman is arrested.
And Adam Feeman, that's the officer who free-cased you.
That's the one that free-cased me. All of them did for real because they went with what Adam was saying. I don't know if they split the money. That's what I be saying. If it was one good cop on that scene, they'd have told him, man, we ain't finna do bro like that. Get that man his money back. If it was one good cop out of them 3, Craig Robertson, Kenny Allen, one of them would have said, man, we ain't finna do dude like that. They all split their money up, I would think.
Hey, Jamal, my son.
Can you turn around, place your hands behind your back for me, sir?
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Can you play? No, you're under arrest. You're under arrest.
Hey, no.
You're under arrest.
I'm under arrest. I'm under arrest. Look, get the fuck off me, bro. Get off me. How am I under arrest?
Get on the motherfucking ground. Get on the motherfucking ground.
Stay back.
Stay back, sir. Step back.
But when he got arrested for breaking the guy Jamal White jaw downtown, when that footage went viral of him doing that, when them people came forward with them other allegations about him breaking their houses, about him pulling people over, taking $400, my trial testimony was that he took $4 grand from me. When them 38 people was coming forward, man, somebody should have called and said, man, let's go talk to this guy that was in here in 2013 trying to talk to us about Adam Feeman, man. He tried to alert us to what this guy was doing. I could have saved Jamal White a broken jaw. You understand what I'm saying? But all I keep saying, Streets, because I keep telling this story to different organizations. And I'm saying this lady on the Missouri Supreme Court, I'm scared of the mud. But is everybody else scared? Because ain't nobody saying that. Like, it's people right now who got loved ones trapped in the judicial system that think that some justice finna play out. I could show you why you shouldn't have no faith in the judicial system in Missouri based on what happened to me.
Well, I don't think it's too many people that already got faith in it. You just, unless you tired or got family that work with them, I don't think you got no faith in that.
They got to have faith in them because they go sit on the jury.
Well, some of that's forced. Some of that's forced. Some people want to do it, but I think most of that is forced.
Yeah, what I'm saying though.
People don't like working for free, and that's free work.
They see this, they should be able to say, man, I don't never want to go down there. Know how y'all cover this up. I don't got no faith in this. The judge told them people, don't tell me what you observed and heard. Man, that's crucial, man. Like, this 10 years of my life. But it get deeper than that because
So what would you like to say to the judge? Because in a case like this, I mean, this is probably really your opportunity to talk to the people who, you know, caused this disruption in your life. You know what I mean? Because the video, I'm sure, eventually would make it in front of them, and then they would get a chance to see this was a person that I had a chance to help, or I had a chance to do the right thing and just didn't do it?
Man, they fucked my life up. Sometimes we get deeper than that, because all while I'm in prison, and this is what Robin Vanoy need to know. Man, while I was in prison professing my innocence, bro, I don't talk to them caseworkers about nothing. I be like, hey, lady, do something different. Help me fight my case. You'll be a millionaire. They do movies about people like me. Boy, they played me like I was crazy and put me in a hole. Because I don't want to work in your kitchen. Because I'm saying, help me. Help me prove I'm innocent. They gave me psych meds. They gave me psych meds, bro. That's fucking with my mind right now on the street. And I got a child with me right now that know that I breaks down.
So how is that really affecting your mental health?
Man, I got days in my life, bro. I'm talking for me. I got days in my life, streets, that I straight up don't remember, bro. Straight days to where I'm on film, flipping out. But I'm telling my partner, it's the medicine. I took them psych meds. That's after I had one flip out, because they gave me 5 medicines. I had one flip out. They called somebody named SSM Health. I talked to their psychiatrist. He give me 2 pills. I don't take them 2 pills for real, but one day I do take them because I'm having a attack. I take them pills and send me into a whole other episode, man. So I go see my PO and show her this footage. She called some psych PO from the back. That lady take the 2 pills and give me 1 pill called Lexapro. I ain't taking no medicine right now because I'm on the run. You see what I'm saying? But they gotta talk to what they done did to me, man. Like I say, I was thinking, like, you know how them football players get hit so many times that they have a hole in their head?
That's CTE.
Like, I don't know what that medicine done. But I done did 10 years in prison prior to this and didn't come home like this. You know, I understand what I'm saying? But I be telling people.
So they got you on medicine now that you've been out?
Yeah. They done switched my medicine, so I've been flipping out off these meds. But you know, when you're in prison, I'm in a hole, you gonna take something to escape. I'm taking this shit because it make me sleep real good. But it was me. I got partners that's coming home from prison that know what I'm going through right now on the streets. And they like, damn, man. They remember who gave me that medicine. My partner low-key was like, Lancaster gave you that medicine, man. Remember you was telling him you take it. I was complaining about that medicine then. I was having episodes in jail then. But I'm reflecting back on another podcast I did with my partner Tony motherfucking Mays show. I did a podcast with these guys, and I was telling them how it's affecting my mental health. That ain't nobody saying nothing about me. Like, people saying they love me and care about me, man, but they don't care about my mental health. Like, man, I'm like every day, like, you know what happened to me, and you know I ain't playing, man. This 10 years. You can't play me like I'm just somebody that go back and forth at jail. Man, them people free case me and took 10 years of my life and ain't nobody saying nothing about me. Like, I was thinking about all the brothers that died. George Floyd, Tyree Nichols. I speak on this deeply, man, because I watched them kill them dudes. For the 10 years I was in jail, they didn't killed numerous brothers. But I was forced to see this to where that's on my conscience every day. Like, man, they killed me like that. They killed me, man. And ain't nobody saying nothing because I'm, you know, they still looking at this body. But it's something that ain't her, bro. Because I know my people ain't with me, so I'm really like, I'm not with y'all. Like, everybody, this the fuel. This the fuel. I know what I got, and they know what I got. This the cover up. All I keep telling people is, you could ask a judge. Ain't no judge in America told nobody don't tell me what you saw with they nose. Yes, a judge want to know what color was his drawers. How did he have his hat? How was his, the judge they got a composite where they have somebody sit down and try to sketch your face. That's how much the judge want to know. How did he really look? What was his nose shape like? How was his lips? This a lady that's telling some people, don't say nothing about what you saw. Fuck what he was looking like.
And she done worked her way up to the Supreme Court now.
I wonder, do she think about me? She couldn't. Or she'd have reached out and bought me something in Missouri.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What's her name again?
Robin Vanoy.
Robin Vanoy. So Robin Vanoy, if you're listening to this, do you remember this case? And why would you handcuff witnesses from freeing an innocent man? Can you reach out and answer that question for us?
I mean, to where in the 10 years I was in prison, I understand politics. And you know, people be making political moves, man. I shit on you to get to the top. Just to show you, boy, I shit on one of them, you put me there. I shit on a few of them if you get me there. I don't know what this was about, but who am I? This $4,000. I ain't nobody. Then, boy, the kind of case I had, it was a WAP case because of my background. Which a regular person with a drug case like mine, a second-degree trafficking, which was nothing but 2 grams of crack. That's a second-degree trafficking. 2 grams of crack is a second-degree trafficking. Was in 2012. The law changed the year after I was locked up anyway. But they gave me 12 years without the possibility of parole to where I had to do 10 years on a drug case that I wasn't even guilty of. You understand what I'm saying, man? And I keep telling people, if you don't think that affect me, you crazy in a motherfucker, man. If you don't think being locked up in one of them cells for 10 years, that's what I'm telling you, I just did 10 years for some shit I did, boy. I just got out the fed.
So speak on that real quick, man, so people could really kind of understand, you know, what that is when people gotta give time up out of their life like that and you know you innocent. Because a lot of people say, you know, oh, well, they done it. They playing this, they playing. But to actually know you done nothing and had to do 10 years out your life.
Man, like, just knowing, the fact that I'm knowing I'm innocent don't mean a bitch ass thing, because everybody be saying that. But knowing that you know, knowing that my caseworker know, knowing that the prosecutor knew, knowing that the judge knew. You see what I'm saying? It ain't just me knowing. That's what affected me. But when that police got locked up in 2013, boy, I'm saying knowing that my people know now, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing. That's like a part of my mental, you know, that's what, I'm like, man, they still ain't gonna say nothing, but they fucking with me. They love me. That done something to me. To where, man, all I keep saying is this. People step forward, they say, oh, the only reason he's stepping forward is because he's trying to get that money. Boy, my case ain't about nothing but me getting some money. Because that's what my whole case about, them taking my money. So it's rightfully I want to get compensated. But the question would be, how would they compensate me after 10 years of my life, man? How would they compensate me? 10 years. And my daughter is a dentist. I never make the kind of money Jamieko make. Because you stunning my growth. About $4,000, man. And then some other stuff I'm going through that will have to be explained, man. Because right now I can't get properly evaluated. Because of some stuff I'm going through, man. But God is good, man.
So back to the case, because you know I do a lot of work on you know law enforcement, and a lot of people don't you know believe that these type of situations happen, but the no bad talking about the police in court, that's basically what that
prosecutor Robin Catherine Rockenbach, she said this. You got to understand that the only reason I did 10 years in prison is because my witness wasn't allowed to say that they heard me saying, why y'all fucking with me to the police. Now the prosecutor argument was, why she didn't want them to say that was, those statements were implying that the cops were doing something improper to me. And I just want the witnesses to be clear that that sort of evidence is not admissible before it's said. Because you can't really unsay something. She was simply saying they can't come in here and say nothing implicating that the police did anything wrong in this courtroom. That's what my whole case about. That's what it's about. I'm talking about, if I say I don't have a long, drawn-out case, my paperwork speaks for itself. It's like when I showed it to my parole officer when I first got out of prison, I showed her. And she said, I can see you got a shitty stick, the shitty end of the stick. But I got a job to do. I said, you gonna do your job fucking with me, lady. You know I'm innocent. But you finna continue. I'm on the street now. Boy, I done took this shit to... I had a judge with it, got me for a traffic ticket in Page there, Raphael something. A brother. At the court, I show him all of this. Just said, boy, you a judge. I'm gonna show you something that happened to me. I said, I don't give a fuck about being here on no traffic ticket. I'm guilty of that. I'll pay you your $65 2 times. But check this out. He waited out the court, looked at everything I showed him. I went to his law office on Olive a couple of days later. Boy, he ain't said nothing to me yet. But he know. If he studied law, he knew what that prosecutor did. She buttered the judge up. She said, hey boy, this anticipated what they trying to say. And it's exculpatory. Specifically, this what they said. She didn't know, boy, if they say this, they gonna let this boy go again.
And that's the killer too that I don't think a lot of people understand is the verbiage that they use. Because using words like exculpatory in court, you don't know that a word like that means, man, he gonna end up free if we slip up.
I did not know until I studied the law that I get the benefit of an exculpatory, any exculpatory evidence. That's why I just had that lady say that on that thing. She said like DNA. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. If the DNA don't match mine, then y'all gotta let me go. That's exculpatory evidence. A defendant get the benefit of that. But she alerted the judge that I got that. But hey man, that judge said, and that's why I keep making the distinction that a 7-year-old could be reasonable. The judge said, I think a reasonable person can make an inference that that particular statement indicates either his innocence or the police officers being involved in some sort of activity to give him a case. That would just be my interpretation or my inference if I was to hear that statement as an individual. Everybody that get accosted by the police say, why you fucking with me? So that mean that judge think a lot of motherfuckers innocent. If you think that that statement right there mean I'm innocent, why you fucking with me? Everybody say that. After reviewing my paperwork, I could see what happened. That's why I said, I know what happened. And anybody in the legal field. That's what I said, I was thinking about Ben Crump and Al Short there. You know how they call them ambulance chasers. So I wanted to reach out to them and see what they really represent me. I ain't dead, but I swear I could tell George Floyd's story. I could tell Tyree Nichols' story. You know, I was telling you a long time. I said, man, we ought to do a documentary called Running Man, Why We Run. Because I be feeling like if I'd have ran that day, I'd have got away because I know my neighborhood. But I said we only run because the effects of what could happen if we get caught. Man, they gonna whoop my ass.
It's not even to get caught. It's just if I stand here and interact with this guy, it's not gonna be good for me.
Exactly.
And that's normally how it works. A lot of people, like you just said, they trip off of people. Well, why did he run? Well, why did he do this? Well, why did he do it? Because he didn't want to go through that. Now, it's going to always be a flip side to anything because we're working on a couple other pieces. And you know, it's actually a law that says people can defend themselves against law enforcement. The only problem with that is you would need case law to follow in certain situations. Well, the police kill everybody who's tried to defend themselves against them. So there's no case law because no one has ever made it to court to create case law.
Right.
So at this point, you have a law that says we can protect ourselves, but no one will ever know about it because no one has ever succeeded in protecting themselves and getting to court for it to be a standard for everybody to go by. So this is heavy, man. Like I said, is it anything else before we wrap this up? Is it anything else that you'd like to let the people know about your situation? Is it anything that you want to say to the people that was involved? It doesn't matter how many years then passed. Like,
I think about these streets, like, because you can help me with this, like, the jurors. I think it'd be important if we could track some of them jurors down. Because I wonder, do they know that that cop got locked up 5 years later for free casing people? My jurors on my case. I wonder, do they know that that cop got locked up 5 years later?
that would be important, because if it was at least one person on that jury that found you guilty because they believed that cop, then that's at least one person that,
Exactly.
had they felt it back then, would have been like, not guilty. And then, if nothing else, another mistrial, a hung jury. But to have three different trials for a free case, that's kind of ridiculous. And to
drug offense.
and to have them pushing evidence that was already in previous trials pushed out of the next trials.
Don't never forget that false motion. That motion in my legal files. Anybody that get my legal files could go in there and see this document X'd out. Any legal lawyer. You know, you go to my paper. Anybody could go on my Facebook page and see where this lady filed the false motion. This is a fraudulent document, but the judge rolled with it. But guess what? That motion was never ruled on. So I'm saying, how did my trial go? You ruled with that prosecutor on a motion that never been ruled on. Lady. She said the court was still ruled in favor of the state on that particular issue. The state never ruled on that, lady. She knew that though. Because that lady alerted her. Remember, when she first introduced that lemony motion argument to the judge, this right after the police got off the stand with that bullshit. And that prosecutor noted, if my witness say this, I'm gone again. That's why she said it's anticipated. I'm talking about, but I repeated this shit to several people and ain't nothing happened. Boy, I'm in the trenches, just trying to stay alive. Me and my little brother went down there the other day to the circuit attorney, whatever this place is in the civil court building, trying to raise the issue, trying to get it, because everybody tell me you got to get a civil lawyer for this kind of stuff. So I go down there and we asked this dude some questions. He looked back and started talking to this lady. But while he talked to the lady, I'm paranoid like a motherfucker. I walk out of there. My little brother followed me. The dude ran out. Hey, where y'all going? Get back in there. Go back in that room. I said, man, that's all right. And we left. But he had already had my name and what I was trying to say and everything. I told my little brother, I said, I told you, man, I don't supposed to come forward until I got some people behind me, man. This bitch on the Missouri Supreme Court, boy, they'll bury me alive. She on the Missouri Supreme Court. You know they got them monkeys.
Say blind eyes for everybody now.
That's what she told somebody to do in my trial, bro. You got convicts that got that.
Hear no evil, see no
evil, and speak no evil. You got convicts that got that on their arm. This is what a judge telling my witness to do. Bruh, I did 10 years behind it.
10 years that you can't get back.
Talk about a political prison. What was the politics behind it, though? Like, what? My little bitty mind be saying, what was it about?
Well, I don't know, man. Looking at St. Louis and the way that it moves, that could have been an alderman spot. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't even nothing big. Like, that was some alderman move. You know what I mean? I don't get it. But I appreciate you coming through, man. You know what I mean?
I'll chop it up with you anytime.
Sharing your story with us. I hope, you know what I mean, the community can feel this, understand where you're coming from. I mean, at this point, you've already lost 10 years out of your life that, you know, we can't get back for you.
Right now, I'm losing friends and family members. That's what I'm telling you, I'm on a run.
So what you want to run for? Let's talk about that real quick.
Boy, this is deeper than that's what I'm saying. before they even talk to me about what I'm on the run about. They got to talk to me about this medicine they gave me. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I said, boy, I ain't finna let them talk to me, because this shit is unimaginable.
So this situation has basically really just kind of spiraled into...
If mental health is real, man.
Mental health is real.
If mental health is real, man, then you go back and look at my podcast I did 3 months after I was home or some shit like that. And I'm crying out for some help. On that podcast, I said, man, I'm on the street having mental episodes. But who want to tell somebody the shit that I know about myself, man? I was telling my PO about it. Boy, I be missing days in my life. People that I'm with, they got a whiff of it. To where the shit I'm going through now, can't nobody play me like, or anybody will say that they didn't remember. You dig what I'm saying? But I got some partners that been around me like, boy, you don't know what you did today.
So it's gotta actually be people that see it to know, because that's just St. Louis too. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna say you did something to get out of something instead of understanding what the truth is.
I done been around people, boy, that they saw me get naked, like I'm ripping my chest and my penis off, and I didn't remember it till the next day. They came out like, boy, you was tripping like a motherfucker yesterday. I be like, what I do? You was tripping, Skate. I'm like, what? Boy, my baby mama saw me. Mama saw me. Fucking the bed like a gorilla. Acting like a gorilla, a monkey. What the fuck this medicine do? They done switched it, bro. Dude misdiagnosed me, man. Dude asked me some shit like this. Hey, Mr. Thompson, let me ask you a quick question. Do you hear voices in your head? I said, you know, when I'm finna do something wrong, you know, the voice of Reese in prison, that dude used that to say that I was paranoid schizophrenic with psychotic features. That's what I told you. They gave me the 5 medications. But when I got out of jail, I go to this place, Concord's Academy. I'm in there for a couple of days, and they dropped me off at this clinic on Martin Luther King, People's Clinic, whatever. Used to be comprehensive. They dropped me off there. I try to work a soda machine. Everybody looking at me, I go into a panic attack. I ain't been around no people. I called my brother. I went to the bathroom and called my brother. He come pick me up, take me out here to Concordance. I go back in there, I'm arguing with the dude like, hey, motherfucker, why you dropping me off like that, him? You crazy, the motherfucker. I don't know nobody in there, man. Them people looking at me. They see I finna have an episode they call SSM Health. That's what I told you. They took me over to holler at them people. They did the evaluation. I'm talking to somebody, you know, and they say, yeah. But one thing I can tell you, you know, you're not paranoid schizophrenic with psychotic features. You know, those are the people that, you know, like push buggies around and talk to themselves mostly. Right. Where are the pills at? I gave that motherfucker them 5 pills they gave me. And they brought me 2 bottles, 2 pills, bottle 2 pills. I say, fuck that medicine. I'm on the street, I'm smoking weed, now fuck that penitentiary psych me and shit. But I still have anxiety attacks and shit, and I'm going through something in my life. So when I'm feeling like that, I will take this medicine. But I ain't really taking it. But I got to go see my PO this one specific day. So I say, let me take these pills so it'll be in my system if she dropped me. I don't care about her knowing I smoke weed, because, bitch, fuck you. I told you I'm innocent. And you said you got a job to do. So I'm like, long as my medicine in my system. But I take the 2 pills and flip out. Don't remember nothing. Only way I remember that day, because my partner, Kid, had me on film. I'm pulling my pants down. Shirt off. Tripping. I said, Kid, I took them psych meds. Boy, we took that footage down there and showed it to my PO. She called some psych PO from the back. They took the 2 pills and gave me 1 pill called Alexa Pro. I ain't winning myself. I'm just, I ain't never talked to no side. I know I'm going through some shit, because I done seen some shit and been through some shit in my life. So I know I got problems for real. So I'm thinking these people is professionally diagnosing me, man. But they misdiagnosing me, man. And they fucked me up. They fucked me up, bro.
So the PO was just issuing out these...
I don't know what kind of... I was seeing some type of psych PO. Because they know what I was going through my prison record. You know what I'm saying? I came home with some paperwork saying, God damn it, I should have been getting up a fat ass check from the state. But people keep telling me, oh, Miko, when you go file your whatever you got to file for this shit, they gonna deny you. I'm saying, how the state gonna deny the state? This the state diagnosed me as all these things. You see what I'm saying? And based on what they diagnosed me as, I ain't got no business working in no damn McDonald's, what they saying I am. You see what I'm saying? So I'm chasing what they saying, so I'm making sure I'm taking this medicine. Man, this shit crazy, man. But I can't get no help, you know? Cause my help gotta come from what the hell what did y'all do to me from the start was the free case. Cause listen, how did I get on the psych meds? For saying I'm innocent. But guess what? The paperwork will show you that I was innocent all along. But I'm crazy, cause it's all I talk about. You know, I'm in prison for 10 years. I don't know nothing about the law, so you can imagine it be people in the law library been locked up for 20 years working on their case. And I'm bothering them. Hey man, what this mean? Toward my partner, I'm like, man, you finna go up there and bother them dudes, you crazy. While I'm walking around with my paperwork every day, like, hey y'all, look. You know how your partner, man, here he come with that bull. Come Miko with that bullshit ass shit, yeah, man. Man, you 8 years into your bit. Cause when that police got locked up, 5 years after I was locked up, I started right again. But the thing about it was, in 2018 when he got locked up, boy, I had wrote the Innocence or City Defenders. I had wrote a senator named Maria Chappelle Nadal before 2018, telling them I had been free cased by some crooked cops, man. So I ain't just, in 2018, I just didn't start saying I was innocent. I went to trial, had witnesses saying I was innocent, man. When that dude got locked up, why I stayed locked up 5 years after they knew he was crooked, man? Boy, that got an effect on the way I think about a lot of shit. That affect the way I think about letting a motherfucker handcuff me for anything. You understand what I'm saying, man? Like it's death before dishonor. You gonna dishonor me again, motherfucker? But the deep thing about it is, I know ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Cause they ain't said nothing about this. So they ain't gonna say nothing about what the fuck I'm going through. Everybody know I go through episodes and ain't nobody said shit to excuse my actions. Bitch, this ain't me. Ain't never been me. You understand what I'm saying? But won't nobody never speak up for me. But guess what I do? Boy, I'm speaking up. But I know this. I got a mental health story and I got an innocent story. And sometimes you gotta die for your story to get told.
So what do you kind of want from the people on this situation?
You know how when something happened to some police or somebody, they say, all I want is justice. I want justice. And you tell me what form you think it'll come in after I've been locked up for 10 years. And that police right now probably work for one of his partners' security firm right now making $25 an hour or something. What will my justice look like? Owning half of Missouri, naming the arch after me. This 10 years of my life for nothing. Nothing.
That's then caused a mental strain that's clearly affecting your life.
Now I'm telling you, if you ain't crazy after going through what I'm going through, you crazy. If you ain't crazy after being locked up in a little bitty room, a bathroom, with your whole life in a bag, motherfucker, you crazy. To a motherfucker tell you, I ain't giving you no bread. You don't get no bread on your tray. You understand what I'm saying? If that don't affect your psyche, then there's something wrong with you, brother. Like, are you accustomed to that? That's cool with you? You will edit that out.
Of course.
I'm just saying it's real. Like, I don't waste people time about this case. I done been in different states talking about this case. I ain't like Eugene. Yeah. I got my partner. We done been in different states talking about my case, boy. They all tell me some bullshit about a civil attorney. Yeah, you time bored. You know, your appeal time lapsed. But they don't know that you could go up under actual innocence 50 years from now. I'm actually innocent, bro, and the paperwork will prove it. But fuck the innocence. You gonna see the cover up. You gonna see the cover up. This the type of shit that happen to politics. This the type of shit that they do to rich people, man. People that's somebody, man. Who am I? What was it about? That's all I keep thinking. What was this about? Let's get to the bottom of this. Who did they know I was gonna become? In the 10 years I was in prison, who did they know? Because I always been somebody. And I'm vocal, man. I'm vocal about the shit that I'm going through now. But it's a time for everything. That's why I said, man, if some people get behind me, man, I'm coming forward full-fledged. But I know this lady on the Missouri Supreme Court, man, they surround this building right now, boy. If they knew if they knew I was coming here every Sunday or something like that to do a podcast with you, boy, they'll blow this bitch up like they did the MOVE organization. They'll MOVE organization your ass. Drop a bomb on America. America drop a bomb on America about some bitch ass shit. What these people did to me, man, it's my whole life. I'm 50. I be finding little shit to smile about, boy. But when I think about my life right now, the shit I'm going through right now, knowing where it came from, that I just told you, I did 10 years in a federal prison and didn't come home fucked up like this. But I know what the meds did to me. That's all I keep telling people. And they know, because they didn't saw this. But rather than them speak up, boy, they let me walk around here like, boy, they know it's built to add. And they know my mentality. They know they know what it is. It's like, boy, they ain't gonna never, man. If they do, a good motherfucker, a good old boy gonna get hurt. And that's kind of like public information. Like, why would I trust you? Why would I trust your process, motherfucker? I know what happened last time y'all cuffed me, boy. Never again. If they could understand why them Jewish people say never again, then understand why I'm saying never again, motherfucker. It's death before dishonor with me. I die like this, boy. I don't go back there and be a dead motherfucker in there. Boy, it go down out here. And they gotta understand that. Like, who? Me? No, I've been through that already. I don't trust it. That's why I say my blood, how my mentality, my people would have never been in slavery. I'd have jumped off that motherfucking boat. I would never I ain't subjecting my offspring to this bullshit. I'm out of here. But your ass gonna learn. You gonna learn. You gonna learn, motherfucker. You ain't crazy until you crazy. But I've been crying out. Before I'm going through what I'm going through, bro, you got to look at my first I was just going back in my Facebook pages, man, the little shit I was saying, man. You know, and I reflect on my life because I got a beautiful life right now with all this chaos going on because I know how to pick my moments, man. But when I get their ass, they ain't gonna be able to pick theirs. All I need is a little help, boy. I got them.
Well, we're going to get this story out, and hopefully this is the first step to getting to the bottom of all of that, man, because it sounds to me like it's just a whole lot of crooked people
like
who just don't care about the lives of others.
Like, this is what I'm saying, like, that's why I ask you, is y'all organization tied with any attorney? Because this is what I be knowing, man. I be talking to people, boy, like these non-profit organizations that act like they trying to do something against the violence and the crime and police brutality. I talk to them people, man, they don't say nothing. But I'm saying, if you got a lawyer and you show this to your lawyer and he disregard what you show him about me, you better fire that lawyer. If you show an attorney what happened to me, boy, and they talking about they practice law, I mean, they this is a movement. They in motion with this thing, and they don't say nothing. What a motherfucking problem.
Say they not a real attorney.
But I'm hoping we can find us one of them motherfuckers that want to chase the bag, because this the bag. They won't tell you how would they pay me for 10 years, man. And my whole case is about money. They took my money.
All right, man. I appreciate you for coming through, sitting on the couch with me today, sharing your story with the people, letting them know. I mean, I don't think there's no words to really kind of comfort this situation, because this is just, it's a lot to unpack. It's a whole lot to unpack with a lot of people involved.
Don't I cry all the time, Eugene? Yeah. I cry frequently, don't I, man?
There's a little man over in the corner. So, I mean, you know, it's like, you know, for me, we got to understand, because, I mean, even with your mental health, see, he's watching that. You know what I mean? Like, how's that affecting him? How is it going to affect him later? You know what I mean? So
I jumped out the court with him on the highway. He was crying. They had to come all the way back and get me in another state, man. I jumped out the court, man, because I ain't want to come back here where I ain't getting no help. And he understood that. He sent me a text. I think I got to. He said, man, come on, man, we can figure this out together. He 11.
11 years
He know
old.
what I'm going through. He know what they did to me, man.
11 years old. We can figure this out together.
He said we can figure this out together. We can come on back. I'm like, man, I can't come back there and act like and fuck with them people that act like they trying to help me, and ain't nobody saying nothing about me, Eugene. Ain't nobody saying nothing about what I'm going through mentally, man. They just watching me break down. Boy, I lost weight. Ain't nobody saying, man, you want a sandwich? Well, we see you, and they know what I'm going through because I'm vocal. So why I'm telling everybody what I'm going through because they know me. This is my life. So I'm saying, boy, you know me? Boy, they watching me. Staying away from me. Because they think I'm suicidal, but it's some other type of shit-sidal. You hear me?